My name is Derek Wibley. I have a book called Walking Disaster, My Life Through Heaven and Hell, available for pre-order right now. And this is a story that couldn't fit into my book. So in the early days, our schedules were always really, really packed. We'd be doing interviews and we'd have to go to radio stations or TV, then afternoon radio and meet and greets and all these sorts of things. Our days were always full. This is what we thought it took to be successful. We started after about a year or two, we were definitely starting to feel the effects and we were just getting a little bit more burnt out, a little bit more tired, but we were doing such great stuff and no matter what happened, it always seemed to be successful. Then we were in the UK and it was a sold-out arena tour, and then right from the last show we played at Wembley Arena, we had to fly back to Toronto and we had to shoot the What We're All About video. And What We're All About was a song that was in the Spider-Man, the original, whatever it's called, The Amazing Spider-Man or something. It was the first Spider-Man movie and it was the lead single for that. We had to shoot this video. Mark Klasfeld was the director who had directed Fat Lip and In Too Deep for us. And we came straight from the airport, we went right to the video shoot, and it was a 2-day video shoot. And just long, long days, like 16-hour days. We were so jet-lagged, had no sleep, and the whole video, we're hanging upside down almost the whole time, which is very difficult to perform and have energy, and also just with no sleep and eating just shit food like we would eat back then and drinking Jack and vodka all day. We were so burnt out. We did 2 days in a row with maybe a couple hours sleep in between them.
I wish I had the career they had when I was that age.
On the last day of the video shoot, it ended around 7 or 8 in the morning. We had to go straight from the video shoot to the airport once again and fly to LA. From the airport there, we went straight to a studio, do this thing for the Aerosmith Icon, for this MTV event. We were gonna redo Walk This Way, the Run DMC Aerosmith version, but we were gonna do the Aerosmith part, and Nelly and Ja Rule were doing the Run DMC part. So we went straight from the airport, go to a studio, record this track, we're singing, we're performing, we'll do this whole thing, and then right from that studio, we went into this other room where there was a choreographer, and they were teaching us how to do these dance moves. So jet-lagged, 3 different time zones in a couple days now. And we walk onto this set, and it's fully recreated. The exact same set from Walk This Way, Run DMC, Aerosmith. We shot there all day, probably till about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Now, this also happened to land on my 22nd birthday. So it was March 21st, 2002, and when this thing was finished, we all had to go for this big birthday dinner that the label was throwing for me. So we went to this restaurant called Medeo in Los Angeles. I was so exhausted, and I literally completely fell asleep with my face down in a plate of pasta. I had to be like woken up, and I had like pasta in my face. I was so fucking tired. But that's just the way it was back then. Somebody made a comment to us. They're like, you guys are so great to work with because you guys just never say no to anything. All the other artists are always saying, no, I can't do. And we're like,
Yes.
yes. Yes. Yes.
Again.
Yes. Play it again. You can say no to stuff. We've just been saying yes to everything for like 4 years. So finally by the Chuck album, we started saying, you know what? Nothing before noon. We're going to change our schedule around a little bit. We're slow learners.